takes a strike. So one man out, runners on the corners. And he was squaring to bunt. If anything, that's a safety squeeze, certainly not a suicide squeeze. Chip Hale, the third base coach, has a word with Goodrum. Another square to bunt, and that one is bunted foul. Not the greatest technique there, David. He kind of punched at it.
He did. Interesting to see A.J. Hinch, a team incorporating the old Don Zimmer play. And you're right, Michael, that's a safety squeeze, and it is hard to have any effective defense on that play. If you execute the bunt and bunt it softly to first base, the runner from third can almost walk home. It's interesting to see, to me, Michael, and you know, we talked about Theo Epstein, the former Red Sox general manager, Chicago Cubs general manager who retired, has talked a lot about how analytics and some of these steadfast rules of sabermetrics have kind of hurt the aesthetic of the game a bit, and maybe they need to rethink some things, including the running game, those type of plays, a suicide squeeze or a safety squeeze. A.J. Hinch had talked about that in the offseason in one of his interviews about how, you know, maybe we need to take a second look at some of these numbers. And that there is a, you know, a real residual effect to the running game. I can remember pitching in the 80s, Michael, and whenever Ricky Henderson was on base or Vince Coleman, it was a major distraction, and it caused me to make a lot of mistakes. And those are hard to quantify.
Runner goes, throw to second. Not in time, so a stolen base for Green. Well, David, here's what Hintz said about the stolen base, and you'll see as Green picks one up. He said, WAR gets dinged when you get thrown out on the bases. It's not valid, and people are very aware. But winning baseball is good for your WAR, too, even if it's not quantifiable. And another thing he didn't mention in that, but if you do get the stolen base, your WAR goes up. So yeah, it would go down if you got caught, but if you're successful, it goes up.
Yeah, that's a great point, Michael, and also what it doesn't quantify is how the pitcher feels, the anxiety that you can cause a pitcher, which may result in a mistake. You might hang the slider and it ends up a two-run home run. So one thing leads to another, and all of these things are part of baseball that are really hard to put a number to at times.
It would seem like it would be an uphill climb because, you know, you're kind of butting heads with WAR and the analytics, and it's the front offices of the teams that are pushing that and that are paying more money for higher WAR. So who wins out there? Chop to short. Wade gets the out at first. And that'll do it.